Usually when I make these videos, I like to make some kind of script or at least some kind of draft of one, so that way I have something to guide us on this curious little journey that I call a YouTube video. Well, Andy, today, that's why. Well, anyway, today we're raw dogging it. Full on Santa going in dry down the chimney. I wanted to talk today about my favorite anime and my honorable mentions. Yes, today there will be some spoilers in this video, so I'm gonna have to just kind of cope with that. If you're not okay with the spoilers, let me know beforehand by pressing the stop button on the video. Number fucking six, I guess, for my favorite anime, I'm gonna give to Naruto. I really did enjoy Naruto. Putting it in my number six is a little weird. I did like the pain arc. I know the animation got really wonky here and there, but the animation for the pain fight was really cool. There was a lot of good philosophy in Naruto, although I do believe most of the philosophy, the plot, like the message that they were trying to send got very retconned. And the whole thing with Neji basically saying, ooh, destiny this, blah, 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 and then Naruto's like, no, fuck destiny, and like punches him. And then later on in the series, it's like, oh yeah, he's the child of prophecy. So it's like what the fuck? That just was a complete retcon of the story. But yeah, overall it was awesome. Kakashi was cool. Might Guy was awesome. The animation was fucking fire. The story was pretty good, and I had a really good old time. Honestly, I really enjoyed Naruto. Moving on to number 5, I want to put two shows kind of together because I believe they're made by the same creator, but I know they're not the same show. I really did enjoy the Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter was actually one of my favorite. It took a lot to get there, though. It was really kind of hard for me to get through the game island thing where it's like, oh, it's a game place where it's like a video game. It did take me a lot to get through that, but the volleyball part was really cool. Ultimately, it came down to the goddamn Chimera Ant arc where Don got to really experience his own grief for once, which was just fantastic fucking story there. And I actually don't really agree with most people when they say that the ending of the anime wasn't good. The way that the anime ended was effectively better than like most anime. Like everything got kind of, Gon met with his dad. We got to see Leorio punch his dad. Kurapika already had her whole or his about her. It was good. It pretty much all got taken care of. It was very fun. I enjoyed it. Moving on to number 4 in my slot, I'm giving that to fucking Soul Eater and Fire Force. I really enjoyed that they're really connected, so I've been reading up on some of the manga stuff. If no one cares about those spoilers, I'm not going to go into spoilers for manga, but the animes themselves were very fun. They were very cool, and to know how different they were, like how far away they are in style and in just overall story, and to know that they're extremely connected is really cool. Now, by all means, I don't think the Fire Force or the Soul Eater story arc is at all close or even remotely close to how good Hunter x Hunter's was. I guess just overall, I had a lot more fun with it. Oh, like through all of it. Like Blattstar was a little bit annoying, but Death the Kid, the way he holds pistols and the way that they fight it was pretty cool. I just had a fun time with it. Number 3, I kind of want to give this spot to Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I really disliked the plot of Dragon Ball all the way to Dragon Ball Super. I really don't like the plot. I never thought it was good at all, except for the Cell Saga. Like when that was happening when I was a kid and it was like weekly episodes coming out, that was the most hype shit. Like finding out that Trunks was like from the future, finding out about the androids and Perfect Cell. It was just like a fucking awesome experience. It will always be in the hearts of everybody. Also, rest in peace Akira Toriyama. I know that that happened recently and it shocked the whole world and was very devastating. And even just all my favorite mangaka, like the artists that have been making it for a long time, they really looked up to him. and it's just a damn shame. I did watch Super Weekly, which was kind of interesting, but it wasn't very interesting. It was just really cool. So it did get to see the reveal of Ultra Instinct up close and personal. I just really hated, I think, Universe 5, where in the Tournament of Power they were like, "Ooh, love, the power of love." Oh, I fucking hated that. That was the worst shit. But just overall, Dragon Ball has just been epic. Number 2 on my favorite anime is going to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is just filled with references. Just it's filled with fucking references to bands, artists, like pop artists, just overall so much shit, so much classic rock. A lot of the places in the anime or just in JoJo's in general are from real places. Like they actually look like Venice, Italy. It'll actually look just like it. You should go on Google fucking Maps and see the shit that's in the anime, and it's all over the world. They go to Italy, they go to Japan, they go to Rome, they go to fucking South America, they go to New York. There's so much shit. They go to Florida. I mean, literally went to Cape Canaveral. Also, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has yeah, I understand that there's some plot issues with JoJo. It's mainly just a goofball fest, but the plot for JoJo's is actually pretty deep. Like, it's not perfect by all means. There's a lot of continuity errors, but god damn it, it is deep. Like, the whole thing started in part 1 with a family feud between Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando. They had their feud. Jonathan died. Dio stole Jonathan's body. Then part 2 happened. Then part 3 happened, where Dio the vampire came back with Jonathan's body. So he had the body of a Joestar. And in part 3, at some point or before it, he has a kid who's the main character of part 5. And every part has their own main character, and every protagonist in JoJo's has their own personality. And just you have to, every part you learn this new protagonist, and you learn to love them in their own way. And I think Araki is very good at writing that. And yeah, not a lot of JoJo's makes a whole lot of sense, but the way that the feud ends up ending in part 6, Stone Ocean, when Father Pucci gets made in heaven, he restarts the universe and he defeats the Joestars. He kills Jolene. He beats her, but he still loses to the Joestars in a weird way. And that's because when they had Dio's bone and they made Green Baby, and Green Baby made Sea Moon, that turned Father Pucci into a Joestar because of Dio's bone being absorbed into him. So he got the mark of a Joestar, and because he's blood related to Weather Report, so did Weather Report. And when Weather Report's stand got put into Emporio at the end of that, and the universe got reset, and then when Emporio killed Pucci, technically the Joestars won. And that was just a fucking mind-blowing thing. And I just really enjoyed. JoJo's was awesome. Now, number 1 for my favorite anime is hands down going to One Piece. One Piece is just the greatest anime of all time. I'm sorry. You can have your favorite anime, but One Piece is forever just immediately off-rip romance, for adventure, for freedom, for liberation, for just love. And it's so good. It is so much joy and sorrow. And it is an emotional fucking roller coaster, dude. I have cried more watching One Piece than I have when I was a baby. One Piece overall, the pacing of it, yeah, the pacing's hard to get through with the anime. A lot of people really had a hard time pacing with it. I understand that completely. I get that. This is why I always suggest, if you don't like the pacing in the anime, watch One Piece or read the manga, because it's well worth it. It is a fucking fire story. The way that he writes Oda is so fucking good at writing. It is just fantastic. I love it. I don't want to get too much into One Piece. I do want to make more One Piece related content. I will be talking more about the story of One Piece, because I feel like I can predict, thanks to a little bit of Grand Line Review and some other YouTube channels that have kind of helped me more understand Oda's sense of like writing, how he works. I really do think I could predict the ending of One Piece to a degree. I've sat down and thought about this way too fucking much, but it is a fantastic show filled with so much passion. And it is the most passionate show I have ever seen in my life. That's about it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching. See ya.
Complete.